Welcome to the 1994 GS Nationals.
Wow. Hello, my name is Richard Lassiter. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 1994 GS Nationals. Today is Friday, our big car show day. We've had 2 days of test and tune earlier, both Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to have our big race day tomorrow. We've had a great time, great weather, the largest event that we've ever had, more cars than we've ever had, more people than we've ever had. And if you're not here, we wish you were, and we hope to see you next year. We've got plenty of vendors, including the two lovely young ladies here who are part of the All-American Bikini team. And we're going to have a lot of exciting events going on throughout the 2 or 3 or 4 days here that we will be covering. So pay attention. You're going to see some exciting action coming up.
Hello everyone, I'm Gary Passanante, and once again I'll be your host for the GS Nationals, conducting interviews and keeping you informed for the next 90 minutes. Our 1994 coverage begins with some highlights from Test and Tune, a 2-day period of preparation and practice for Saturday's qualifying and elimination rounds. Meanwhile, Buick owners arrive at Beach Bend Raceway Park from all over the United States and Canada. Here's a sample of sights and sounds from Test and Tune in the pit area.
I'm astonished at what it's doing. You know, for all I did is had nitrous on it last year, and it ran a 1209 at 109. Oh, sorry, 111. And I took the nitrous off and put a turbo on, a bigger turbo on it, and I got that 140 horse nitrous that I took off. I got it back, and it didn't cost me gobs of money like it did with the nitrous.
Yeah, when I was coming along, they didn't have none of that. So you don't got me nervous throwing food on the ground.
And from trackside, it looks and sounds like this.
We're here with Rick Ball. He's from Bowling Green, Kentucky, a local, and he's got this unique Kawasaki racing bike. And what's so unique about it is it's running a Stage 3 Grand National turbocharger. Rick, tell us a little bit about the bike.
Well, the bike is a 1428cc turbocharged. It's a blow-through carburetor system, which is the only one in the world right now, doing some technology, you know, playing around and trying to do state-of-the-art stuff right now. This is the fourth pass we've made on the bike. It's gone to 775, 175 today. We've got a lot of hope, you know, to run in the 740, 730 range with it. And we're real happy with it. Turbonetics, which is a sponsor here at the Grand National Race, is a sponsor of mine in the motorcycle touring event that we do nationally. And so we kind of asked a few people and were able to come out and do some exhibitions, and the people have welcomed it with open arms. They've really come by and, you know, really shocked, to say the least.
Well, most of our viewers are used to racing in an enclosed quarters inside a car. I got to ask you, what's it like to go down at 175 miles an hour in an open bike like this?
Well, it's definitely a rush, but it's, you know, I used to race cars, and I went back and forth from bikes and cars, and you know, the rush is there and you just want to get to the finish line faster and faster each time around. It's definitely a rush when you roll the throttle off and pull the clutch in and sit up, to start to slow down. You can really feel it. You get kind of a zone effect, that your tunnel vision coming through the finish line. You don't really see anything around you. It pulls about 3.5 Gs leaving the starting line, runs about a 1:14 60-foot time. About my best today was a 492, 147 miles an hour in the 8th mile.
So you're looking for some world records with this?
Yeah, right now the bike with me aboard is 100 pounds overweight. As soon as we get the bike dialed in, I want to put about a 70-pound lighter rider than myself on it, and we're pretty confident, even at right now, the way the bike sits will be real competitive, if not record-breaking.
Let's go back, trackside, for more test and tune racing action.
Now, pull the pan out. Don't forget we got to change this filter out front here too.
Scott, we're here with you again. It's 1994. It's like deja vu. We can remember back in 1990 when we kind of had the same scene happening in a parking lot of the hotel. Is that correct?
We were taking it apart here. We put it back together at the parking lot. We're going to put it back together here in the morning. We blew a head gasket. It was a 4 o'clock in the morning snafu from up home there. We waiting on some O-ring wire now to get here. We should have it overnight in the morning. It's supposed to be. Mary just made 20 calls on the cellular phone on Rome, so I imagine our phone bill, we're gonna have to win down here to pay the phone bill this year.
How has the car been running?
Up home we've been going 930s with the car. 930s, 142 miles an hour. So we don't change a lot to come down here. We had freshened this engine to put it in. We race, 500-600 rounds a year. So we don't do a lot of R&D or no R&D work. We just bracket race. You know, once we put it together, we don't change anything. We changed an alcohol carburetor this morning trying to pick up a little bit, and that's when the head gasket went away. So we thought that we really didn't think there was anything wrong with the car. We thought maybe just this motor wasn't going to run as good as the last couple, but we noticed water in the oil, which is normal with the alcohol. You get some condensation in there, but when we pulled the drain plug out and filled the drain pan up with water, we knew we had a more severe problem. So we're just trying to get it cleaned up before this storm comes here now. And I said, I don't ever remember a year we've been down here that the weather hadn't been perfect all week, but now this year, I mean, the other morning when I woke up at 7 o'clock and they heard tornado warnings, I was ready to go back to Washington, trust me.
How about a stroll down Vendors Row? As Test and Tune draws to a close, Buick owners, as proud of their cars as parents are of a child, get ready to show them off at tomorrow's car show. And the town of Bowling Green makes you feel welcome and celebrates the Nationals and the cars called Buicks right along with you.
Well, we finally caught up with the Schofield brothers here. We've been trying to chase them down all day, and we've seen the car running, but we just couldn't catch up with them. And here it is, nighttime. Everybody thought it was peaceful, but we tracked you down.
Can't get away from you guys.
That's it. You're running 83 with a big block 455. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit about the car and the evolution, what you've done with it.
We started out with this car. Drew bought this car in 89, and we with the V6. And we turned it into a 455 powered street car with a 400 and a 9-inch under the back of it, and it's just kind of involved for the need for speed.
Right now, our best so far this weekend has been 1131, but this is about a 9.5 to 1 compression motor, real low compression. a real mild cam. Basically, you could put this in a street car and go ride around town on pump gas. Well, matter of fact, we've raced it on pump gas. We got up here, it had 93 octane Amoco gas in it. Made the first couple of passes on that.
That was the fastest time today.
Yeah.
Was on the pump gas.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Now you're going for Super 16, is that correct?
Super 16 too.
What do you guys think of this year's Nationals?
Bigger and better. There's a lot of fast cars up here.
I told Drew earlier if we had to come up here and push the car down the track, I'd come.
Well, that seems to be the spirit here, is that everybody's in it and for the fun.
You could not ask for a better group of people to get together with and come up here. Everybody's so helpful and so nice, and it's just so neat. We're back home from where we're at. There's no Buicks.
Now, where is home?
Horn Lake, Mississippi. We're about 10 minutes south of Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, have a good time this weekend, and we hope to see you in the Super 16.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
We're here with John Bernardi and soon to be Tanya Bernardi. They have quite a story for us here. They're owners of a 1970 Stage 1 4-speed convertible, correct? We saw the sign "Barely Single." Tell us the story.
Well, we're getting married tomorrow, so that's the premise of the whole weekend here. We met, first year I came down to the Nationals was 1986, and I'd met her that year. It's 94 we're getting married, but it was long 8 years and a lot of trips to and from Bowling Green, a lot of phone calls, and then again, for a while there wasn't any phone calls, so it goes both ways. I've had numerous cars and been collecting them for years, and we're settled with this one now. First time I saw a 70 Stage 1 Convert 4-speed was the first year we came down, and that was a car I wanted to buy, and I located this one in Wisconsin in 1991, so it was a little over a 5-year hunt and 8 years to lock this one down. So
now I understand that you've actually had a pretty easy going because Tanya's been very supportive of this whole thing. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. Actually, she was. We almost came to the point about 6 months ago where we even thought about selling this car, and it was her idea not to sell it. So I think I got me a good one.
Now it was the choice of a car or the house, right? And at that time, you decided to go with the car.
We chose the car.
She chose the car, I chose the house, and we got them both.
Well, that certainly shows the spirit of the Buick Club, and you choose a Buick over a house, at least initially.
Yeah, initially we
And
did.
not often that you're going to get your soon-to-be wife to agree with that.
Oh, no. A lot of people told me I was really lucky. They said you might have been driving a Chevette or a Yugo, so I think I'll stick with the Stage 1.
Now, tomorrow's the big day, and you seem as cool and collective as can be.
Yeah, we're finally calmed down. We've had 8 months of an average of 6,000 miles a month behind the wheel, trying to get everything set up back and from. She's been living in Fort Wayne. I'm up in northern Illinois, and we got a southern wedding to go to tomorrow. So
And it's almost over.
we're just relaxed.
Almost
and,
over.
We're just happy that everything came to.
Well, congratulations. Good luck with everything.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
And enjoy the rest of the day.
We plan on it.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
We're here with Phil Salisbury from Salisbury's Custom Body Shop in Lewisburg, Ohio. And just by chance, we ran across Phil. We had seen this beautiful GS over here, actually last night in the hotel, and then came and saw it here at the show and wanted to get some shots of it. But we come to find out that Phil did the paint work on this car as well as the two cars to the right of it. Phil, tell us a little bit about the paint and how you've made it look so good.
Well, the paint is Deltron Radiance 2 paint. The base color on this one here is a blue base with a crimson, Romanese crimson clear tinted color with clear coat. Depending on how many coats of tint you put on, depends on how dark you want it. Same with the green one over here. It's got a teal base with a candy turquoise tint to it with a clear coat.
Now, how many coats of paint have gone onto the cars?
This one here, 4 base, about 6 tint with 4 clear.
And so it's this combination of colors that make it look so deep?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just what you're getting is the reflection off your base color, so you're looking through the clear, through the tint, and then getting a reflection off the base color.
Now, the blue car next to it is what combination color?
Okay, a teal base with a candy turquoise tint, and then a clear coat.
Now, I'm sure the number one question the viewers are going to have is, what's it cost to get a job like this done to a car?
Depends on what kind of work needs to be done to the car to get it prepped there. The cars are only going to look as good as the prep work, which this one here, it run about $2,500. This one here, over here, we did a complete frame off, which put it up on rotisserie, replaced the floor pans and trunk pans, and he's got about $20,000 in it.
You said you got about 10 more cars set up to do.
Oh yes, oh yes. Buicks, all kinds of cars.
It certainly does stand out in the crowd.
Oh, I thank you. I thank you.
We're here with Al Johnson from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Al has the pleasure of being one of the concourse judges here. Al, tell us a little bit about what happens in the judging process.
We have a 400-point judging system we go on, and we take a look at the cars, find out how close the people are able to get them back to original, i.e. how would you get them when you picked them up at the dealership. As far as originality, using the original parts or reproduction parts of the originals that aren't there anymore. It's not necessarily a show class as showy, but it's the emphasis is on more back towards originality.
And I'm assuming that the closer to original, the higher the points in total they get.
Generally, there's also points for fit, workmanship, quality of workmanship, but the main thrust of a concourse restoration is to try and get it back to where it was when it was brand new.
Now, what would you consider to be a perfect concourse car, in points at least?
Well, no deductions out of 400 points, but you would have all the correct pieces, and your quality workmanship would be the same as what it would be. There's an assembly manual that the factory uses to put the cars together with, the fit and finish, all the correct finishes on the car, the right glosses, the correct carpeting, correct screws is a big thing, correct clamps, the headlights.
And how much time will you spend judging one particular car?
We've been on this one over 2 hours.
And have you ever had a perfect score car?
Yes. The car you go and buy from the dealership normally has some things already that are deteriorating on it. The things that aren't painted and aren't plated, the factory doesn't do that for a cost thing. And the factory doesn't make show cars, they make nice cars. One of the things on this car which is legit, which is real, if you'll notice the edges of the paint on the red stripes, they're just a little rough on the edges. Well, that's how it should be. That's correct concourse. If you're going to do a total show car, those edges would be completely smooth, fine lines, and you would probably even bury that stripe in clear.
Now, you said that if in fact that happened with this car, that they would have points deducted?
Correct.
Okay. So in essence, the whole goal here with a concourse car is to get it as close to being an original remake of the car, but without being too good.
You just define concourse.
We understand that this car is fresh out from being rebuilt. Is that correct?
Right. We picked it up 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and when we check the odometer, it shows no mileage.
That's right. So we back it up everywhere we go.
that works.
Yeah.
What kind of time have you invested in getting the car back to this kind of condition?
Well, frankly, I didn't invest very much. Kleiner with GS Enterprises did the whole car from the frame up. So he did it.
And how long did they have the car?
Little over 2 years.
So it took 2 years to get it restored to the level that we've just got looked just now.
Right. That's right.
Okay. What are the future plans for the car?
Well, I've already given it away. I gave it to my grandson. He's 6, and right now he's saying, "This is my and your car." But it won't be long, it'll just be, "This is my car."
Once he realizes what he has, it'll be just his car.
Well, he's beginning to know. He's beginning to understand.
It's obvious just by looking that these Buick owners know what they've got. Well, we know there's plenty more to see at the car show, but it looks like we're going to have to hurry if we're going to beat Mother Nature. She may dampen the cars and our cameras, but not the spirit of the Nationals. As some choose to roll out, the clouds and the rain continue to roll in. Some take refuge, while others take prizes.
That's it? Like that? Thank you. You can come back and take pictures in that red trailer tomorrow. Your name?